Successfully parenting teens. Obviously, it can be a challenge. With us today from Journey Counseling, Gail Nelson. Gail, one of the things I know that you, at least for me when I was a teen, you want to start to exercise that independence, that freedom. As a parent, how much rope do you give them and how much do you let them kind of choke themselves, if you
I
will?
know. It is so hard today because they do have access to so many things that can be dangerous. You know, a car can be dangerous. Money, you can get into trouble. They're offering kids. I don't think it's happening quite as much anymore with the whole credit card piece. I think we've learned our lesson and backed off that cliff a little bit.
But Facebook can be dangerous.
It's very dangerous. So it is. There's a lot of access to resources that can be dangerous for kids. They really do need to learn how to be responsible in those aspects of their life.
And confidence too, because when you're getting, when you're faced with all these conflicts in your life, you really need a whole lot of confidence, more so I think, now than ever.
I think that's the conversations that often happen in my office, either with if it's with the parent who's struggling, trying to figure out how do I walk that fine line between freedom with a young adult who's, you know, we say the brain isn't even fully developed till age 25. So here you are trying to let somebody, have a big machine that goes fast and drive a car. And boy, this texting thing, I mean, that's been a wicked brain piece for people to ignore. That we've got to really push hard on that, to not have people be distracted while they're driving. And kids are caught in the middle of that crunch, so it's difficult.
So what can you do? What can you say to them to give more freedom with everything that they're trying to figure out?
Well, I think Dr. Larry Koenig has a great definition of discipline that teaches responsibility. So I would say, you know, if you're complaining because the kids are eating you out of house and home, hand them a $100 bill and say, okay, you come up with how to feed our family for a week. Take them to the grocery store or have them write out the rent check. Actually, physically, I know we don't write checks anymore, but so they start to understand. Take them to just buy household detergent and toilet paper and all the pieces, because I bet they have very little access. Usually they're so busy with the rest of their life, but especially those kids who are, you know, junior, senior, ready to move out, give them more and more responsibility so they start to learn what that's like to take that on their shoulders.
I think they should just make their own garden and feed themselves.
There you go. That's it.
that would make our lives a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. How about let's start with mowing the yard?
There you go.
That's a great idea.
Mow the yard. That'd be good.
But even little responsibilities like that, it's good to have. You know, you're part of this house.
Yeah, you know, and if it has to be even a chore chart for everybody, those may seem like old-fashioned, and yet if you can sit down and appreciate and keep reminding them, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're going to be making all these decisions yourself. So I want you to practice these things.
And I think one of the most important things we haven't touched upon, at least from what I hear from a lot of successful people, President Reagan said this, is that all things happen at the dinner table. And I think you look at today, everyone's so busy, so few families making an appointment to sit down and have dinner together. Talk about the impact that that can have, even just long term with your teens, knowing that, hey, we're here and we're a team.
Well, and they say, you know, like just boys get physical food from standing next to their fathers. So whether it's at the dinner table or it's out in the garage, or I know the assignment, even my daughter's home from college and her dad is going to take her out to change a tire. So teaching is a huge role, and kids seem to push away from so much of that, but as a parent trying to find a way to keep teaching and keep engaged. And so maybe it's cooking the meal together and trying to come up with something that would be fun.
Teach them life skills so that they can cope when they leave the house.
Like how to fix the bathroom sink.
Right, exactly, which we're going to find out pretty soon.
Hand the
Coming
snake
up.
over.
Stay tuned. This will be a great exercise for you to do with your kids as they come home for the summer or at home for the summer. So stay with us. How to fix the bathroom sink is next. We'll be right back.